Hey guys, Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, I'm going to be talking about 10 beginner tips, things you need to know that I wish I knew before I started playing the game. So these are things that are going to be very helpful if you are new to the Red Dead Redemption series or just new to this game in general. Okay, at the number 1 spot today, Eagle Eye can be used indoors. So a lot of times you associate Eagle Eye with hunting or tracking a legendary animal, but if you use it indoors, it'll actually reveal the locations of where loot is actually stored. And sometimes these can be hard to see chests or maybe drawers that you didn't know could actually be opened. So it's incredibly useful. All you have to do is tap it for like 1 or 2 seconds, and then like all the places you can interact with will start glowing. This is also very useful if you're inside a cave or if you're in someplace dark and you might not have your lantern on you. It's a great way in which you can sort of illuminate the world and how you can see a lot of the other items that might not be available to the naked eye. So use Eagle Eye a lot. It's not something that the game like penalizes you for using. It's just there for your extra benefit, and you might as well use it indoors when you're trying to hunt for items. And you'll be able to find a lot of good stuff like jewelry that you can sell, or tonics or oils that you can use for your guns or your character or something like that. So use Eagle Eye indoors. Number 2 today, did you know that there are actually masks in the game? So by default, Rockstar actually gives Arthur the sort of bandana, the balaclava that he can put over his face. But that's not necessarily the best for all situations, especially if you're going to commit a crime. So masks can actually be bought in the world, and they can actually be found in the world too. Like there's some pretty crazy masks that Arthur can get for himself. Like this one right here is this weird pig mask that I found at like this butcher camp. And you can actually wear that, and it basically will conceal your identity more than just the bandana. Remember, the bandana does not cover your entire face. So if you're thinking about committing a serious crime, you're going to want to load up on a mask before you do so. Number 3 today, make sure you do chores around the camp. So when you're at your campsite, you're going to see these tiny black dots. Not the golden quest and not the black things you can interact with, but little tiny black dots. They're chores that you can do. This will increase your karma within the camp, and it will also unlock other things for you as you go along the way. So this can be like cleaning up or chopping firewood. Very simple, mundane tasks that aren't going to take more than a minute or 2 of your time, but they're going to make you very favorable within the other members of the camp. And that's something you consistently want to do because it's going to allow you to rank up. It's going to allow you to unlock special items, stuff like that as you progress further throughout the campaign. So I know it sounds a little bit tedious to do chores in a video game, but do chores at the camp. It is going to help you out a ton. Number 4 today, if you find yourself in a pinch, like a lot of bad guys coming after you, go to a city or go to some place where a lawman might be. If you have people chasing you and shooting you, the lawmen will actually help you. They will not ignore you, and they will actually sort of fight for you, which can be quite nice because there's been a couple times where I've like run into the wrong camp, and like I either did something wrong or I ran someone over, and then like all of a sudden I've got 20 guys shooting at me. And if you don't want to end up fighting them, or if you need help fighting them, the lawmen will actually become your friend here, and they will sort of help you out. So they're not like people you want to ignore all the time, just in certain situations, or if obviously you are the one that has committed the crime. The number 5 spot today, this tip is very useful for hunting. So as I've mentioned in a couple of other videos, you don't want to hunt with like dynamite. You know, that's going to ruin the pelts that you actually get. Well, if you don't have specific ammo or a rifle that's great for hunting, you can simply use your lasso. Your lasso is a really good tool to effectively and cleanly take out animals so that you can get their pelts without doing any damage to them. So this is something I had no idea about. I thought the lassos were for horse catching only, but you can use them on pretty much any animal in the game that makes sense. Like obviously you're not going to lasso a fish or a bird, but you guys know what I'm saying, like elk, deer, you know, stuff like that. You can lasso them and you can get their pelts, and it is an easy way to do it pretty cleanly, like without messing up the quality. So that's a good tip right there. Number 6 today, you guys can actually fast travel in Red Dead Redemption 2. So it's not like Skyrim where you can just like point anywhere on the map and travel. The only way to quickly travel from one location to another, and they are specific locations, is if you upgrade your camp. So the two things you need to do while upgrading your camp in order to unlock the fast traveling ability is upgrade Dutch's setup and upgrade Arthur's setup. Now this is going to be a little bit expensive. Your grand total at the end I think is going to be around $500. So this is something you might not necessarily be able to do like from day one. But this is definitely something you should try and do sooner rather than later, because as you've noticed, it sometimes takes a long time to get from one location to another, and being able to fast travel from one side of the map to the other might be a really effective way to alleviate some of that time. You basically just have to move your camp from one side of the map to the other. There's like various locations that you can go to. You can't put it anywhere on the map. So it's not truly fast travel, but it is a way to quickly transport yourself to some like key areas of the map, I should say. Number 7 today, this is a tip that you can use to actually skip the reloading animation, which for a lot of these guns is like 2 to 3 to 4 seconds. It is kind of long. So if you use Deadeye for like 1 split second, it will instantly reload your gun. So this is something you should do if you're in a firefight and you're at the end of your clip or magazine. You click on Deadeye for 1 split second and your ammo count will go right back up to full capacity. And you guys can skip the animation for actually reloading your weapon. This is something that I have found is very effective, very useful, and something I know a lot of you guys will probably end up taking advantage of. And even though this is not super realistic, I do think it's pretty effective, the fact that you can skip the reloading altogether. So that's pretty awesome. Number 8 today, did you know that there is a selfie mode in Red Dead Redemption 2? So within the first couple of missions, you'll get a camera, and this will be useful for a lot of the things you do, like taking photos of either bounties you hunt or people you kill. But you can actually click R3 on the thumbstick, and it will turn it into a selfie mode, where Arthur can change his pose, his expression, the things he does, and it's really cool that he can almost like sort of set up this own shot in the world. It's sort of like a massive upgrade on the photo system we had in GTA 5, where you were almost sort of limited to like your hand, like an actual selfie. This time, like Arthur sets up the camera and makes it look like he's actually taking like a portrait or something like that. So that's pretty unique right there. That's a cool feature that you might not have known about. Number 9 spot today, give money back to the camp. So this is something you need to do. I know it seems counterproductive to give money away, but in the long run, this is going to be so effective. So if you don't want to give away your money, you can actually give away items too. Like for example, there was this side quest I did where I chased down this guy and he gave me a pen. And the pen was actually worth $10, and I gave that to the camp. So it's not directly taking away from my money, but it is donating to the camp. Now, you can donate money as well, and this is going to help you in the long run. Not only is it going to improve the karma you have with your gang members, it's going to allow you to have more things inside the camp, better upgrades, special features, and abilities, which in the long run means you won't have to spend money at stores, you won't have to go hunting for stuff. It's great to start on this early. Like I said, I know it seems a little bit counterproductive. You're giving away money that you could use on other stuff. But as you sort of get towards the middle and end game of this story, it's going to be very, very effective. So it's something you want to consistently do. Always give money back to the camp. Now, this next tip is pretty interesting because of how realistic it is. You need to be careful when you're using your lantern. So your lantern will actually alert players that you're around, or I should say other NPCs, at night. So if you're looking for something in the woods or you're looking for something in the dark and you turn on that lantern, people are going to be able to see you, including animals. So be very, very careful about that. You know, the light isn't only for you to see. Other people can see the light just like it would be if you were in real life. So that right there is 10 beginner things, some tips and tricks that you need to know, and I wish I knew before I started playing. You know, I've invested probably like 10 or 15 hours into it so far, and these are some of the things I wish I had started like within the first couple of hours. So hopefully you can take some of these tips and tricks with you and apply them to your game. But anyways, that's all the info that I've got for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating on this video. That'd be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.